Welcome to Broward County Stadium. Toyota Minor League Cricket 2000 Atlanta Lightning, who won their first match just moments ago. In the toss, Atlanta Lightning, very importantly, won the toss, spared themselves the chance to go back out in the field. A medium pacer by the name of Sumit Sherwat. He is in the top 5 in the league, in minor league cricket. He has 10 wickets already this season. He's going to have something to say coming down the hill, bowling to these two batsmen.
Yes, an interesting affair awaits us today. No doubt the Atlanta Lightning, they would be, cockahoo, I would say, in cricketing circles. I mean, having some team, Fort Lauderdale Lions, earlier in the first game, which started at 10. This game here now starts just about now, features the same Atlanta Lightning. As per the schedule, with this division in the Southern Conference having 5 teams and not the typical 6 or 7 in other divisions, teams will have to play each other more than once, and hence the Atlanta Lightning has the opportunity here to do the rare of playing, as the case may be. They would have played now 4 games of their 14. They would have won 3, lost 1, in a very good position to claim one of the 2 spots. They'll be competing along with the Raptors, Morrisville Raptors, and Atlanta Fire. So it appears for the 2 spots to the playoffs from this division. So it's an interesting contest that is on hand. Orlando Galaxy is struggling.
So that being said, we see Sumit Sherwat taking his guard. He's coming up the hill, coming from the commentary end. Like we mentioned, 10 wickets already this season. And the familiar opening pair of Mark Parchment and Sagar Patel. Now, Parchment held out to mid-on, and he made 7 runs in the first game. Certainly going to be looking to have more of an impact in this second game. So, the umpires are all set. The 2 men outside the circle, a deep cover, and a 3rd man. Sherwat going to bowl the first ball to Mark Parchment. Oh, he's going to cross the lines. Appeal for LBW. He's gone first ball. Mark Parchment playing across the line. And so his usual accurate manner traps him elbow. Ball numero 1.
Indeed. Excellent delivery. Right on spot. The very first delivery of the innings. You couldn't have asked for more if you are the captain of this team, Orlando Galaxy. Well bowled. And it's a situation whereby Sherwat has striked the very first ball, and perfect start.
Tight line, tight length, middle stump, a little free to start off with, but you get an opening batter to play with bat, try to draw through mid-on off, just a delivery. Parchment line, the price.
Yes,
the ultimate price.
If I may say unexpected, you don't expect that, for an opener, a facing opener for what is worth, to be playing across a line like that. You'd have at least either want to feel the innings, or at best play that straight bat.
Absolutely. So he didn't do it. Sherwat breaks through. What Orlando Galaxy needed. They, like Fort Lauderdale Lions, come down this weekend to make a stand. They have to make a move to get into the playoff race.
Yes, the 14. But so far they have lost 3, won 2, and had a no result as a result of rain. No result, which has been their Achilles heel since last season. They, of all the teams, 20 odd teams in the league, got the most rained out matches. I think it was 6-4 or 6 last season. So for them, this is their 7th fixture. They need to win to remain in the race and the hunt for one of those 2 playoff berths.
So Sherwat coming into this game at 20 overs, 10 wickets. It's now 20.1 overs. It's none for the loss of the first wicket. And their strike bowler doing the business.
It must be pointed out in the first innings, in the first game that was...
And it's the first boundary. Brilliantly played by Hamilton, who's now literally an opener because he had to face his 2nd delivery of the innings. Look at this ball outside of stump.
He did so. Exactly what the Lightning would want in response to the wicket.
So a chance now for Hamilton to play the opening role and anchor an innings. This one's on middle stump. No swing this time. Ball just sort of carried on with its natural angle. They get 1. What a start for this Orlando Galaxy team.
Yes, and as we noted earlier, they indeed need everybody to come good. This is a team that is coached by the former West Indies international Shiver Shanda Paul, the current, as we pointed out, head coach of the West Indies, the USA women's team, as well as the USA women's under 19 team. Had a successful start, 6 match unbeaten with the under 19 team in Trinidad, in claiming the regional under 19 crown there for the West Indies. I mean, for the USA cricket in the West Indies.
Is Sarawat to Patel. Ooh, on that boat set off stump, Patel just sort of dabs at it. Feet weren't close to it. But I tell you what, Patel, beautifully bowled by Sarawat. When you get that natural outswing to pitch that ball middle leg or middle stump, just beautiful to watch against right-handers. So the end of the first over, Sarawat strikes 5 for the loss of the first wicket. So Dwayne Nathaniel is going to come in from the far end. Dwayne Nathaniel. So take that back. Yeah, that's Rohit Dutchin. It's going to be Rohit Dutchin. He's wearing Nathaniel's shirt, right arm off spinners, coming around the wicket to the left-hander. And that's punched through to the deep cover for a single. So excuse us as we get the names right. Rohit Dutchin opening left-handed combination. For the right-hander, he's going to have protection on the leg side with a deep mid-wicket and a long on. Those are the two players outside of the circle. So Patel, 2 deliveries so far, hasn't gotten off the mark. Sanderhill, Florida. So now lives in the region and a dot ball. And he's going after it on the leg side, but we talked about that cover that he has to protect him. Deep mid-wicket fields, just the one.
Yes, a good start here. You don't want to argue from Dutchin. 2 singles off the over and a dot ball. And, just trying to keep things going on the part of the Orlando Galaxy here, who, as we pointed out, needs a victory to turn their campaign around.
Hamilton, no interest in going after that, even though it's being the power play. Mm-hmm. So he's going to have to bowl this one over again. 3 runs in the over. Can the Galaxy get off to a good start and continue what Sarawat started? And he's going to cross the line again. The ball does not seem to be turning as well as getting the bounce that the batters are looking for. Look at Hamilton going across the line. Again, hit him on the pads. No appeal. 8 for 1. This one's down the leg side. Off the leg, just glanced away, and it's 4 runs. Fielder giving chase, not going to get there.
Good looking shot there on the part of Hamilton, giving himself the opportunity, as we see on the replay here, to really just carry along that delivery. That was strained down leg and cashing in beautifully.
Exactly what you're supposed to do. Put away the bad balls, and Dutchin delivered one, and Hamilton took full advantage. So 1 more delivery remaining in this over. So far 7 off of it, 12 for 1. Hamilton chopped the ball onto his stumps off of a left-arm spinner in the first game for only 3. He's going to try to get a score today. Again, leaves this one alone, no wide. So at the end of 2 overs, it's 12 for 1.
Yeah.
So, the danger man himself, top 10 in wickets taken so far this season. Sarawat trapped the opening batter, Mark Parchment, LBW first delivery. Bowling to Patel, outside off stump. Just whips it into the point region. Square drive.
Attempted to run there, not necessarily on, well fielded by the fielder there at point. But Patel was off, had to be sent back by Hamilton, wisely so, because that could have been calamity.
So it was the vice captain Dmitry Adams with the locks at point. Here's Sarawat. Again outside off stump and driven away. Feet nowhere near the ball, Jermaine. Kind of hard to get that sort of power.
We speak of the inform, as you quite rightly pointed out, Patel coming off 80 yard in the game, a penultimate game before the one this morning. So he should be in some nick, but didn't get to that. Didn't look particularly pleasing to the eye. But he's still there.
Only 2 men outside the circle. Deep cover and a third man. It's a sort of a slog, a T20 slog by Patel. A little bit of frustration setting in.
Yeah.
Trying to get a move on.
He's finding the length. You understand me? So he's not over pitching. That gives Patel the free hit. He's not short. That is allowing him to. So unless unless for Patel were to adjust his stance, maybe step out of the crease a bit to perhaps get Sarawat off the length that he's bowling.
Wide delivery.
The usually accurate Sarawat, forcing it left the crease and throwing the bowler off his line and his length.
Yep, looks like Patel trying to force the action now. Understands the circumstance. We're in the third over of the power play. Again, plays through this one. It just beats the outside edge of the bat. And Sarawat will take that all day long, and the umpire signals.
Quite fortunate there. That one was just on the line, per se, of being called wide. But nonetheless, the umpire has given the bowler the benefit of the doubt there, and it has turned out to be a legal delivery.
So the 2 deliveries remaining in this. That one played to cover, no run again. Full delivery. Umpire signals and gets it right this time. Signals for 1 ball remaining in the over. And it has to be frustrating for Patel. We're talking 5 dot balls. Exactly what Sarawat wants. He got a wicket in the first over. So far, 1.5 overs, 1 for 6 for the strike bowler for the Orlando Galaxy. It's a full delivery down the leg side. Did the batter get a piece of it? Let's see. Is that a dead ball or is that the end of the over?
It's touched, yeah.
Oh, he touched the bat. So it's going to be a single. So at the end of 3 overs, 14 for 1.
My son, he's so soft-spoken. Oh, yeah. Everyone says he's so good-looking. And he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for
So Rohit Dutchin continues from the northern end, coming down the hill. Had a up and down first over, nicknamed the Beast. We'll be given all of the valuable details by an Orlando Galaxy insider. Oh, and a beautiful cover drive. Beautiful shot by Patel. 4 runs. So we talked about Rohit's first delivery wide of off stump, and as a spinner, it's going to be hard to get away with that.
Well served up and well cashed in by Patel.
So Patel's first boundary, he goes to 6. Oh, he's gone after this one. The confidence is now starting to flow. This one has gone somewhere near the turnpike. And the brakes are being pumped. Florida Highway Patrol is being addressed. And Patel now has the confidence.
Yes, he has recognized that this it is not a big danger, the off spinner here, because he's not really coming with much pace and or with flight. So it's what we call a toss-up. And Patel is not going to miss out.
So he went wide of off stump. Patel gave him the works. And this time brought it right up onto Patel's pads. And he was almost waiting on him to smash it over mid-wicket for 6. So Patel getting on top of Dutchin early. 10 runs in the first 2 balls. 24 for 1.
Yes, not the start that the captain here for the London Galaxy would want from his half spinner, Dutchin. Clearly not a threat so far. And the captain would just be hoping that he doesn't get battered further.
And he puts this one through and cover misfields it. It's going to be for an awkward bounce for cover. You hate those when you're out in the field. Bounce right in front of him and just rose over his shoulder. But Patel put the bat right through it. He's completely middled it. And that awkward hop meant...
you wouldn't want to fault him. It seemed as if the surface there is a little bit bumpy, and it was pretty much close to his face. He had to get out of it almost at the last minute.
Does the legend Chanapal make him run laps after the game, or do you just kind of let it go? I think he let him run laps. Okay, so poor Brandon, as we know him as, he's going to have to run laps after the game. So here comes Rohit to Patel. Patel is back, and it's a well-bowled delivery by Nathaniel. It was quick.
Little bit different from the further deliveries. Came through at a faster pace. Almost surprised it appears Patel because the prior deliveries were being flighted.
We're just at 7 runs. Is Rohit to Patel. It's a flat delivery, cuts, and they're going to get a single.
Easy pace, easy going so far. Brisk run rate, you don't want to argue, 7.5 is the perfect start that Atlanta would want. Their prior game, they didn't necessarily get off to a brilliant start. They were 32 for 4 and had to depend on the captain, Car Repair, the West Indies international, to bring them back, give them a fighting total of 130, which they successfully defended against the Fort Lauderdale Lions.
Yep, it was an excellent performance. It was a tight game. The Lions showed up. The Lightning executed. And like you said, won by 6 valuable runs to keep them in pole position to get just behind their neighbors, Atlanta Fire. So the Lightning right into the mix. Here's Rohit to Hamilton. That's a well-bowled delivery. Good turn. Lots of turn.
I guess that's why, if I may say, to be fair, these last 2 deliveries from Dutchin,
by Sunako. Strike bowler Serwat bowling his 3rd over. He's 1 for 7 and he's gone after him high in the air. And it just dropped over the rope and it's going to be a 6. Signaled by the fielder. Serwat pitched it up and Patel, who's in full of confidence, just lifted it up and over mid.
The first he didn't get off. But as we know, he made 8 yards before that. So he's now getting back in his knack, going to be feeling the zone. And
looking to rectify that with another anchor innings. This one's down the leg side. Almost caught Patel by surprise. It's funny how, as a good bowler like Sarwat is, he can bowl middle and off and move the ball. And even his bad ball will catch the batter because he's completely not expecting the ball just to drift down to the park. Sarwat, second delivery. Hamilton, sorry, third. And Hamilton just ripped the page right out of the textbook.
Couldn't have almost been better. Deliver on the full in the up, right into the on drive zone, and showing that he did get some coaching when he was young. Hamilton.
We love to see that, Jimmy, don't we? We love to see the scoring and but we love to see both skit. So nothing protecting the straight drives, the on drive or the off drive. Short extra cover does.
Shandapal feeling in the cover area.
Well, he started to count the amount of laps he's going to have to do later on. So he thought to himself, I may as well just throw my body behind this one.
Yes, a good young cricketer though. I mean,
the slow ball by Sarwat. But good adjustment in the end by Hamilton. Gets his single. So far, Jermaine, 12 off the over. Good over so far for Atlanta.
This power play is proving to be excellent for them. They are going approximately very close to 9 runs per over. You can't ask for more. You perhaps ideally would want a 10 runs per over in a power play.
That slow ball, Jermaine, look like your quicker ball in your days bowling.
Yes, indeed.
So here's Sarwat coming in. They get the single. So, at the end of 5 overs, 42 for 1.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Change of bowling from the northern end. Hardik Desai. And from counting from the amount of steps, I'm going to guess slow medium. Number 99. He will inform Patel. 42 for 1 after 5. Last over of the power play. And for the left-hander, on the off side, he has a deep cover. And for the leg side, he has a fine leg. So I take that back. My mistake. For the right-hander, he has a deep cover. And he also has a long on the onside for protection. The only 2 men outside the circle. So Patel, 24 for 18, starting to cut loose. Ball by Desai, just outside off stump. T20 cricket. Balls off stump. Bowler bowls the ball just outside off stump. You just want to get the entire ball and getting a dot ball.
Yes, it must be mentioned. Havik Desai is a first-class player from India. Welcomed to this All-Rounder Galaxy team, and he's hoping to.
So Patel, 2 dot balls. Not a big slugger, Patel, but certainly one of what we like to say a heady batsman. Will pick up the bad balls and put them away, but not the type of batter that will just slog his way and change the game. Here's Desai. Oh, and it's a thick outside edge. The fly slip is there. They get 1. So Desai, here's the replay. Again, great line, great length. Got the edge.
And will take at this stage. It's keeping the scoreboard ticking. We still have another 3 deliveries left in the 6 overs power play, which has the fielding restrictions in place of 2 fielders on the outside. It will be removed to allow more fielders after the power play, particularly for those who want a good start for the Lightning.
So Desai coming down the hill from the northern end. 3 deliveries left for the power play. Hamilton lets that go, looks at the umpire and shrugs his shoulders. I think it was a good non-call by the umpire. Was not too far outside off stump. I think Hamilton could have certainly played a shot.
Indeed. But a good comeback there from Desai. He's bowling an excellent over so far.
Let's see if Hamilton loses his patience. To Patel, the wicketkeeper, up to the stumps. Thankless job to a medium pacer. And this one is outside of stump. And again, umpire says no wide. So that's the end of the power play. A brilliant over by Desai. Only 1 run off. Give him a chance to talk about Orlando Galaxy. I'll ask him some questions and get some information from them. Okay.
लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस, इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और
So, welcome back to Broward County Stadium. Ryan Davis with Jermaine Lanneman. Atlanta Lightning winning the toss, electing to bat in the second game of a doubleheader. After the power play, 43 for 1, 7 runs and over. Good start for the visitors. And Matthew Comery is coming from the commentary end. First leg spin of the day. This was outside off stump, and the umpire signals a wide delivery.
Yes, young comer, as the case may be, a youth player for one of the Caribbean teams, Jamaica. He has ventured over here in the United States, hoping to make an impression. Did fairly well last season in the inaugural minor league cricket season, and now here for the Orlando Galaxy, he is considered one of their chump spinners. He can start a little bit erratic, as he did just now, but when he pitches, he can also pose a problem to batsmen.
Like leg spinners, if they get on a line and a length, the game could be over in a hurry. But Patel has gone after this one. It's straight in between long on and long off. Lands safely and they come back for 2. So, if you're not going to go over the ropes, you want to put that ball directly over the bowler's head. And Patel, fortunate enough to land right in between long on and long off.
Yes, definitely not to the pitch, but having played correct, which is invariably playing against a spin, but playing with a straight bat, it fall well between mid-off and mid-on. Long off and long on.
Patel using his feet again, driving to cover. Looks like he's going to try to go after Comery, not let him settle. Now, left-hander, right-hander combination. The protection for Comery to the left-hander on the onside, a long on, a deep mid wicket, and a deep backward square. On the right-hand side, the offside, will be a long off and a deep cover.
Talk about protection.
Yes.
This is a well-spread field. So clearly, arguably not starting well, Comery. The captain is not taking any chance in terms of not using the adequate protection, which is extra fielders on the boundary.
Comery, Hamilton just glances or works his ball to the onside.
He's operating with the minimum, 4 fielders minimum in the circle that is expected. 5.
So for the right-hander, he has a long off, a deep cover, and then for the onside, he has a long on, deep mid wicket, and a deep backward square. Patel down the ground again, gets to the pitch. He's going to look for 2, and he's going to get it.
Well, so far, both Patel and Hamilton to make up. They are now, a 50-run partnership between the two, just brought up with that single. Having seen the first wicket of the innings go off the first delivery of the innings. So Hamilton and Patel doing a good job with 30 and 16 runs respectively.
Comery, Patel. Better line, better length. Oh, and they maybe overthrows here. Yes, they will. Nope. Hamilton completely overran the crease. Can't get back for the single, for the overrun. So now 51 for 1. The 50 just came up. And it's the last ball of the 7th.
Yeah, this is this type of start. Having come off that victory, as we mentioned in the morning game, the Atlanta Lightning playing a doubleheader here at Broward Stadium.
Again, ball coming into the left-hander, no problem. So that takes us through 7 overs. Atlanta Lightning 52 for 1. Eighth over, about to be bowled. Broward County Stadium, Ryan Davis, Jermaine Lanneman. Orlando Galaxy lost the toss, been put into the field. Atlanta Fire winning, they're starting to take first strike. Hamilton, 17 off of 16, and it's a medium in between the break, the advantages and disadvantages of playing a game beforehand. Desai, ball off stump, Hamilton, square drive, just the one. What are the advantages you could see for Atlanta playing a game before? And then, of course, the disadvantages.
Clearly, the fatigue would have been element of being in form. I mean, the batters who have gotten runs earlier would feel confident and have another crack at it.
Sort of a groove, huh?
Exactly, and so too with the bowlers. So it's almost like a warm-up to this. So there is the advantage of playing second. Who is just playing for the first time today, which is the Orlando Galaxy. They now have to be warming up, pun intended.
Yeah, trying to get everything perfect so quickly, while Atlanta Lightning had a chance to set things straight. And
the truth is, notwithstanding, a T20 game is typically 2 to 3 hours on average. And so, you know, they've been going, especially for these semi-pro players.
I mean, think about it, 50 over games. They would be now finishing the first session, and now the second innings were about to begin. Again, good line, good length with Hamilton just driving the ball crisply off of that bat. Gets another run, not a boundary, but it shows that Hamilton really is starting to get his eye in. Even the good deliveries are getting singles off of it.
But tell you what, this is an excellent start, because we know, based on the first total.
And we're talking about those type of players. Well, what Jermaine Lanneman is talking about is Shamar Springer, who has the highest strike rate in minor league cricket. That's right. Gary Pear is waiting in the wings. Desai. Slower delivery, full. I think he got an edge. Great delivery by Desai.
And it must be noted, I mean, also in their club is Terrence Hines, who we said, an all-rounder who plays for the Trinbago Knight Riders in this CPL, Caribbean Premier League. And, you know, you have a few other players who is capable. Matani is one. So this is a good start for them. If they continue, they could go above par, which we argue is 8 runs per over, which is 160 runs.
Desai. Oh, and Patel drives through the line of the ball, and it's in between the gap. They could get 2. Yes, they do. 2 very committed and quick runners between the wickets. Patel and Hamilton. Anything with a little bit of width, and the fielder has to come across, they're going to get 2. So at the end of 8 overs, it's 57 for 1. So we're back in Broward County Stadium. 8 overs gone, 57 for 1. We have Matthew Comrie bowling his leg spinners to the left-handed Hamilton, and he drives through again, who seems so adept at driving through the cover region. So I want you to pronounce the name so I make sure I don't get it right. We're presented by one of Orlando Galaxy's management. Name?
Mehul Parekh.
Mehul Parekh, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, thank you.
Here's Comrie to Hamilton. It's shorter and he whips through this one. It's high in the air. Oh, and Adams gets a hold of it. He prevents the boundary. Heroic fielding by Adams.
What an excellent piece of fielding by him.
Yeah, couldn't hold on to it because he would have gone over the ropes, but he prevented the 6. Any more real estate, it would have been an out. Here's the replay. Drop short. Hamilton got a lot of it. And look at Adams coming across. Gets both hands and just shovels it back into play. They get 2. Comrie, they get 1. So Mehul, we want to talk Orlando Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
We're in 2022. This is the second year for minor league cricket.
Yeah.
When did Orlando Galaxy come about?
So Orlando Galaxy's story goes long ways back. It goes before that is when there was initial grounds being made for the cricket field. Actually started the cricket there, and there are a few cricket lovers in Orlando who kind of manage a few of the leagues. Kunal Patel, Rahul Joshi, Suresh, myself, and them. We are heavily involved in the local cricket for last almost 10 to 12 years. And when the opportunity came about creating something like Orlando Galaxy, because we have a home field advantage, we have our own field and very professionally made. We still a lot of work to do over there. So we started working with the local government, the county government, the parks department, and created those relations that we can actually put a good team in a professional level. So when the opportunity came along, a few of us got together, and our first season, we call it the wet season because majority of the games got washed out. But it was a great start to begin with.
Mehul, we just finished the 9th over. It's 61 for 1. We're going to break. Hang with us.
Sure.
When we come back, we're going to talk more Orlando Galaxy.
Thank you.
I love this story. I said I drive past it all the time, and I would drive during the week, so you guys wouldn't be playing. But I know the cricket ground was there.
I always thought.
So if someone wants to come and see Orlando Galaxy game, do they just come to the ground park and I'm gonna have one eye on the screen so the boundary hits. I'll just tell you. Ready? Good. So after 9 overs, 61 for 1, Sagar Patel 21, and we are joined by Mehul, Orlando Galaxy management. He was there from the beginning, and he's taken us through the origins of Orlando Galaxy. So we talked about the lovely and quaint Silver Star Field. So manicured, managed
By the Orange County right now.
and it's a thick outside edge. Going to get a single for Patel, and just the one. So he said it's being managed by Orange County right now.
Yeah, Orange County Parks Department for now. We are working with them to get more involvement in managing the field and in the maintenance part of it. But that's how it came about, basically. That field is located in the Pine Hills area. There is an Orlando Magic Center there.
Yep.
So you can, whenever the Orlando Galaxy is having a home game, you're all welcome to join, park the car, and bring your tent. It will bring a chair and a tent. But you will love the outfield. I always tell last week that ground reminds me of grounds in New Zealand. There is slopes all around the ground.
Beautiful.
And it's very beautiful to watch.
Well, I'm from you now. I'm going to bring people to that game, and they're going to enjoy They have a lot of cricket followers in Orlando who love the game, and they're going to come out the next game. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Now, when minor league cricket came about, the opportunity, what was it like for Orlando Galaxy, and were you ready?
To be honest, we were not ready at the first, right? There were a lot of talks about creating this Galaxy team, and then few people really took initiative, right? We have a person named Kunal Patel, we have Sundar, Priyesh, Rahul Joshi, Suresh, they really took great interest in creating a bond between the management team, make sure everything is ready for the team, volunteering on regular basis. So it takes a lot of work to create a team and, to help and support them throughout the season, physically, financially, and emotionally.
So Orlando Galaxy now, after going through all of those learning or growing pains, now 2 years, what are your thoughts on minor league cricket? What have they done right and what?
One of the best decisions we made this year was getting the Honorable Chandrapal on our team. You can never go wrong with such a talent.
Absolute
in town.
legend. And for those of us who know cricket, when Shivnarine Chandrapal comes around, we all get very quiet.
Exactly.
I will open my wallet and pay my money just to watch him do it.
Exactly.
So,
Even today, the guy is extremely fit.
Yeah.
Lightning might be real happy he's not there in front of his son.
Yeah.
But he is an excellent mentor to have in the team. Very well balanced. His input has been very, very invaluable. And I really feel, sometimes that all these players are really blessed to have some kind of guidance like that.
Absolutely.
Because, people ran the team last year and the year before also. But the level of professionalism and what actual responsibilities of each player is, when you hear it from him, it just comes as a completely different ball game. And there goes the boundary. Go ahead.
That's a slog by Patel. He was being tied down by Desai and pulls this one from outside of stump through mid-wicket, and a valuable boundary for this Atlanta Lightning team because Orlando Galaxy have started to put the reins on them. Comes right across the line of the ball, got all of it, and a well-needed boundary for the Lightning.
And one of the rare loose ball from Hardik. In his 3 overs, he has been extremely in control.
Yep. So 70 for 1, Orlando Galaxy. We talk about Shivnarine Chandrapal. Have you seen the growth of the players since he's been around?
Definitely, quite a bit. I would say that the biggest change was the professionalism that came to the team. Right?
What's expected
from such a level of player around you. And every single player out there who has even, we have players who have played 10 years of cricket. We have players who are right out of high school. We have players who are new to the game sometimes, but they are all in awe when they are listening to him around in Orlando. He lives in Orlando part of the year. So we are extremely blessed to have him. So that's one of the biggest changes we have made this year. In addition, we have brought in few new players. This season, you will see some of them playing around in this format quite a bit. But right now, we have a very well-balanced team. So.
Just a quick update, Matthew. Another single. So Hamilton Patel may not be scoring at a fiery rate, but they're occupying the crease, taking over the scores, and definitely making Orlando Galaxy work hard in the field, and the bowlers as well, to find their line and length. Comrie, Patel, and he's going after this one, and it's high in the air. The leg spinner can get a wicket, and he does. Patel waited. He went after the leg spinner, and Adams, who is one of the best fielders you will see in minor league cricket, made something difficult look so easy. Mahul?
Yeah. So Dmitry Adams, as you can see, as agile as they come in this particular sport. He is from an island called Anguilla, and when we picked him, we picked him because we have seen him play. He plays from New York, one of the New York teams, and he came locally and he started playing in the local leagues, made some impact, but he's extremely famous on his island.
Wow.
Our minor league ratings for our team went way high because he has like 500 or 1,000 followers just in his village. So he's an extremely famous guy, very agile in the field, as you can see.
And he should be. I mean, he's a fantastic cricketer.
Oh yeah, amazing on the field, as you can see. This, these catches are not that easy to catch on the boundary.
No.
And you could see he saved 5 good runs.
Yeah.
And now this team has now, as you can see, the growth that comes with a person like Chandra Paul, and we have Brandon, his son, extremely talented young man. He got selected for the test team for West Indies but did not get a chance to play. But he did travel with the team last month.
So, in comes in number 52, Shamar Springer, a big hitter. We talk about his ability, highest strike rate in the league. Hamilton is locked in, 29 off of 25, 72 for 2. We're at the halfway point. Springer is coming in here now to really pile on to score runs or end up in the dressing room in no time. Comrie, good delivery again. Not too full, not too short. Exactly where you want to live as a leg spinner in this format of the game.
Yeah, and Comrie was, actually added to the team this morning, as you can see in the roster. One of the reason because the team management and the team was watching the first game, and they saw it was helping spinners. So he was brought in just for that particular reason, and I think he's paying the dividends.
He showed up on his bowl at tight line and length. So far in this over, just 2. Springer takes his time to play himself in. Yep, full toss. Springer, again, first delivery. Takes his time, just nudges it for a single.
So that's where our Galaxy stands right now. I think it's got a great future. As you can see, the last game that was live broadcast, we had around 130 people on the field.
That's great.
That is great to watch. A lot of support, lot of local, watch the game of cricket grow in USA.
That is brilliant. And I can tell you what, Orlando Galaxy is going to get a lot more coverage in the coming weeks. I can promise you that. And if you guys continue to play this standard of cricket, continue to play this level of cricket, they will come, as they would say.
Yes, they will come. And it's just a matter of time. It's a matter of time before you have an ideal team together. And, it's still a learning experience for a lot of players. Some players might be shell-shocked because, they have not played under the cameras. Mm-hmm. It's just sometimes creates an extra pressure.
Sure.
So basically, that's what we are actually hoping for, that the team gets some really good move on to the next level.
So after 11 overs, 75 for 2, we'll be back with Mohul right after this.
My son, he's so soft-spoken. Oh, yeah! Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for you.
I love him. I met him last year because I used to do the Beamers games. Great guy. And just a fantastic cricketer.
Hello?
Bowling change after 11 overs. This will be over number 12 in our 20-over game between Orlando Galaxy, who's hosting today against Atlanta Lightning. And the left-arm seamer, Manav Patel, played with the Florida Beamers last year. Of course, the Beamers has been one of the picks of the season. And Orlando Galaxy is glad to have him. Extremely accurate. Changes his pace, his line and his length, and off-balances the batters on a consistent basis. So he's going to be bowling to the left-handed Hamilton, and his protection, he has a deep square leg, a deep mid-wicket, and a long on the onside. On the offside, he's going to have a deep cover and a long off. That is protection on the offside. Bowling to Hamilton, who's 31 from 27. Down the leg side, and the commentator's curse. I talk about how accurate Manav Patel is, and he bowls 4 wides.
Yep, that's the commentator's curse, I would tell, right? Yeah, otherwise pretty accurate bowler. But Manav Patel, he hails from Gujarat, India. His hometown is Bharuch. Which is very well known for producing one of the, very good fast bowler, Munaf Patel.
Yes,
who played for India. So he's from the same hometown, and he currently lives in Tampa, and his alma mater is University of Albany, New York.
Wow!
So he's from there, and he's got masters in computer science. So
Great.
He works in IT in Tampa. Really good talent,
and he has a masters in left arm over the wicket as well. I see.
Looks like it.
Beautiful delivery.
Very good Yorker.
So first delivery, 4 wides, and in typical Manav Patel fashion, bowls a Yorker on middle stump that Hamilton needs a shovel to dig out of So 80 for 2. Patel, Hamilton, the matchup, what you've been looking for. On middle stump again. Hamilton does a good job. Just glance at the wicket, gets one. So the youngsters, we talk about Brandon Chanderpaul. Anybody else we can on the Galaxy? What are we looking at here?
So we have Adam Khan. He's also one of the under-19 player. Really good talent. Very agile in the field. He's learning from Dmitry. A lot of tricks on that. He's there. We have another guy named Bhaskar on the roster. He's also locally trained by one of our Galaxy management, and really good talent, good and upcoming talent we have.
A thick outside edge, and that is as a result of Manav Patel bowling a beautiful line on length. No one can stop that. 4 runs for the Lightning, turning out to be a costly over, but can't fault Patel with that one. Beautifully bowled. Here it is again, just outside of stump, perfect length, thick outside edge, no third man.
And talking about young talent, we added one more player this morning, Sarnam Patel. He joins the Galaxy as of this morning.
So if I say the word Patel, I have about an 80% chance of getting getting it right. If I say Patel is coming into bowl, I have about an 80% chance.
Yes. In this team, let me look at the roster. I can tell you 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're 40%.
Is there more hiding? Some that you left off, I'm sure.
So Desai is also considered Patel.
There you go. It's such an honor to talk to you. For someone who, I'm from the Orlando area for 28 years, and the fact that you've built this from the grassroots up, it is fantastic that you guys are doing this, and thank you for doing it.
You are welcome, and we are excited and we are elated to be part of the minor league cricket. And this cricket is here to stay. It's going to go a long way. So don't be surprised if you see us in the big leagues.
Look forward to that. I hope I'm there to call those matches. That'll be a lot of fun. So Mahul, we're looking at 87 for 2. This is the 12th over. 1 ball left in the 12th over. Okay, so 12 overs gone, let's just say. 12 sevens are 84. That's about just over 7 runs on over. How many runs is doable for Orlando Galaxy? What can they chase?
So Orlando Galaxy on a given day can chase up to 200. They were chasing 210 last week. They made 188.
Okay.
So
they can get up there.
They can get up there any time. So we got the talent. We got the players to do the job. If they do their job, no total is out of reach for us. And having a total in front of you I think is one of the biggest advantage of batting second in this particular game, because you know the target, you know what you need to do. So hopefully they'll come up front in this game. Looks like they are going for around 160, 170 if the score continues at this level. But I think Orlando Galaxy will be up for that. Sure.
Mahul, it's an absolute pleasure talking with you.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for sharing the Orlando Galaxy experience with us.
No problem. Okay. I'll turn it over to
Jermaine.
Jermaine.
So, Mahul and I were just talking 88 for 2, just over 7 runs on over. 12 sevens are 84. My math teacher is pumping his fist right now somewhere in Trinidad that he taught me right. So, just over 7 runs on over after 12. What sort of score you think the Lightning could get to at 88 for 2?
As I said, past score, 8 runs per over 160 is what every team aim for to begin with. And for what it is worth, at 7.33, just within striking distance of that. So anything 160 and above is you get 2 bites of the cherry. The bowlers can get battered in the early stages. You can recount. So they're on par to getting at least 8 runs and over.
And Shamar Springer goes after this one. 1-2 bounces to long on. And they hurry back for 2. Great running by Hamilton, who's been consistent in running between the wickets. And even Springer just raises his fist in appreciation. So we sprinkle in the factors. Springer's at the wicket. We have Pear waiting in the wings. You add those 2 factors. Could they get to 200?
That's a lot of hitting in there. I'm not sure I've seen that type of player from them as yet.
To cover.
Tell you what, if they were like the Atlanta Fire and had a Raheem Cornwall in their lineup, you'd say otherwise.
Got a chance to do 2 Raheem Cornwall games there back to back that day. It was fire breathtaking.
Right.
Well, thankfully for Kamiri, he doesn't have to go to Cornwall right now, but Hamilton, 33 from 30, has been anchoring the innings for this Atlanta team, and now he's been complemented with Springer, the big hitting Springer on the other end. Let's see if he continues. Oh, it's a beautifully driven shot and well fielded by Kamiri. Desperate fielding.
Going for 20 runs or 3 overs, you know, this is good bowling.
Kamiri, Springer, outside of stump, first one.
Yeah, so Kamiri, 3.5, 1 deliver left and only 1 for 21. 1 wicket for 21 runs for your wrist spinner early up in the innings. He would have, you know, got a pat on his shoulders after this bowling.
And like Mahul told us before, just added just before the game because the wicket's been turning. Last ball of his spell. And it's loose and it's well fielded. So the end 13 overs, 92 for 2.
1, 2, 3.
Manav Patel continuing from the northern end, coming down the hill to bowl to Shamar Springer. His cover on the onside, deep mid-wicket, deep square. And he tries, doesn't get all of it, and it still goes for 6. That's the power of Shamar Springer. Tried to go on the onside, didn't get all of it, and it went over a straight mid-off.
Shamar Springer to the 4. I guess he's getting back some of his memory muscles from, you know, West Indies under-19 endeavors in the past. But excellent on his part, getting that boundary. Didn't get all of it, as pointed out, but enough to clear it comfortably.
Well, she enjoyed the 6 as much as we did. Manav Patel to Springer. Well bowled. And they come back for 2.
Yes, so very good going. 13 overs, 102. Typical T20 innings. Pace-wise, you have the opportunity now with the next 2 overs to carry to the 15th over to up it to 8 runs and over and go for a higher score than 160.
So they get the single. So far, a high destructive over. 9 runs in the first 3 balls. Thanks to that straight 6 by Shamar Springer. So it's going to be lefty on lefty, Hamilton and Patel. So for the lefty, he's going to have a deep backward square, deep mid-wicket, and a long on. A lot of protection on the onside. On the offside, a deep mid-off and a deep cover. As well bowled. Appeal for ABW and he's gone. Manav Patel, a vital breakthrough. Hamilton 34 of 32, well set. And Patel, the medium pacer, has one skid on and traps the dangerous left-hander for 34.
Beautiful, beautiful delivery there from Patel. Pitch just outside and angle in. It was going to hit the stumps, and the umpire did make the correct decision as we're looking on the replay.
This one just sort of scooted through, but Patel's so accurate, always attacking the stumps. Gave the umpire an easy decision.
Well.
Big breakthrough, Jermaine. Now it's 103 for 3. It broke the shackles of that little partnership and has Atlanta Lightning bringing in a fresh batsman to get restarted.
Well, what Lightning would want from this stage is that Springer to not get out for what it is worth. You need a farm batsman to help the momentum keep going rather than having two new batters. But having said that, the new player here coming to the crease, it doesn't look as if, no, it's not the captain, Kyrie Pierre. We wait to see the name.
I think this is Richards.
Yes,
remember
Richards.
that last game. Remember Brown got him out LBW first delivery in the last game.
Right.
So I'm sure Richards
He's
is
on a
now,
golden duck.
Richards now telling Springer, listen, I'm going to take my time and play this one quietly. You can score at your end. I'm
Yes.
going to try to play myself in on this end.
Okay. So what's your money on? He'll get the golden duck? Or-
I don't think so. And I like Manav Patel, an excellent left-arm medium pacer, but I have to believe Richards has enough in the repertoire to see him
to
off
see off this
and
ball.
not get a duck.
First ball duck.
Especially got one in the previous game
Yes.
to a left-arm spinner. So Richards, can he avoid, as they say in Test cricket, a pair in T20, the golden duck? He got a duck first ball last match. Patel, Richards, and it's an outside edge. And goes down to third man, and he's off the mark, and he's like, well,
Wow.
that takes care of that.
You want to see how he shimmied up the wicket a while ago with a little bit of, spunk in his step,
Yep,
woo!
Yep.
Got over that hurdle.
That's right. Yep. Always a great fielder. Right-hander Springer, just going to go back. Deep cover, long off, protection from Manav. But on the onside, with that natural left-arm in-swinger, it's going to be a long on, deep mid-wicket, and a sort of a deep straight mid-wicket.
Yes, excellent bowling here by Patel. Trying to get his team, the Galaxy, in.
So at the end of 14 overs, 104 for 3. All right, USA under 19 leg spinner Adam Khan coming to bowl to Richards, who's off the mark with a huge sigh of relief. Khan to Richards is flighted in the air, and Richards puts his bat through it to long on.
Wow.
Khan got away with one there.
Yes.
Richards is very.
It shows that his
Richards-
confidence is so
Richards'
low.
confidence is not at his highest.
Yes.
I'm
that
sure
was
if he tries that
acid.
again in about 2 or 3 overs, it's going to be over the boundary rope, though.
That was just hanging on waiting. Hit me.
Oh, yeah.
Eventually.
Adam, local boy, Mahul is now telling me in the background, from Pembroke Pines. So if you're tuning in here on YouTube, he is one of the local boys. Beautiful leg spring, good arc, but Shamar Springer, too full, and Springer takes care of the rest. Over mid-off for a maximum. And Shamar Springer doesn't waste many of those.
Right. He's not going to do what Richards did the previous ball. If you hit, if you slip, you're going to slide with a Springer.
Yep.
In form, iron confidence played a good role in with the bat.
Love the arc, but it was just too full of a length. If that length was just about a foot before, it'll be the perfect delivery.
And it could be a little bit quicker as well.
Gone to Springer, 26 or 15. He's in a hurry. It's shorter, flatter, like Jermaine said, a little quicker. And they're going to test his arm and come back for 2.
Comfortable 2 in the end. Good running again. They have run well all game. And it's no doubt that, they're in these good positions because their batsmen have been sticking around, waiting on the bad balls, and they have been running those singles hard. And it augurs well because in the high hundreds.
So, Khan, 9 of 3. Springer, that ball kept a little low. Going to get the single. Captain is there. Nasir. Got a chance to meet Nasir in the coin toss a couple games ago. One of the gentlemen of this sport. Opening batter for the Orlando Galaxy and the captain. And this is Richards driving through. Starting to middle the ball, Richards. Another big man to go along with. Could mean a high total, Jermaine.
Yes, high total will mean above 160, which pass score 8 runs per over 160. If they go 9 or 10, they get to 190 or 200.
And Springer really starting to change it up now. The big hitter, even the good balls, a defensive push, and picks up 1. So, at the end of 15, they were 11 in the over. It is 115 for 3. There's a change of bowling from the northern end. Desai picking up his familiar role of coming down the hill. He's going to be bowling to the dangerous Shamar Springer. Leads the league, the minor league, in strike rate at 223 coming into today's matches. And with 30 off of 18, is living up to the reputation.
And 200 and odd shows that he gets high percentage. He doesn't face much dot balls, and he scores over 2 runs per ball easily.
Flashes outside of stump. Asked the umpire. He had some problems, Springer himself bowling, being called for wides. Now asked the umpire if that was a wide or not. So a little bit of karma.
Yes.
So they say the protection for Springer, long on, deep mid wicket, on the onside. It goes after it, and long on is there. There's a dive, and it's a 6. Looks like it hit the rope. Umpire has the last call. He's asking if it stayed down. Adams has not responded as yet.
Yeah, they're seeking to see if the player will give it.
He's not sure.
Okay.
And the umpire has gone the conservative route and given the benefit to the bowling team.
Indeed.
And it's gone for 4. Let's take a look at it here. Desai pitch it up. And it looked like it hit the rope with that awkward bounce.
But the player, with all fairness, it appears as if he can't see either.
Correct.
With his dive that he gave.
Yep. So 4 runs, the decision. 119 for 3. Springer, 34. A full toss, driven, a square drive. Going down between third man and point. Third man comes across. They're looking for 3. They won't get it. Pick up 2. Good fielding in the end.
Decent little all-rounder, it turns out, Springer being, good medium pacer with change of pace and angles. And here we're seeing his hitting ability and, rotating the strike. So, West Indies youth player, but, looking to make transition. And he's doing fairly well, Shamar Springer.
Well, the more players like Shamar Springer, the more players like Manav Patel, the more players like coaches like Shivnarine Chinapol that come into this league, perform, the bigger the league gets. And Shamar Springer, I'm guessing the wild card. Who is the wild card for Orlando Galaxy?
For today's game?
for the season? Is there a player that they picked up that was high profile?
The high-profile player was Rohit Dachin. We picked up after the season start.
So Rohit Dachin, who opened the bowling from the commentary and the northern end. He was the wild card player, your big off spinner. So Desai, 7 runs so far, 4 deliveries. Richards, how much the ball is holding up. That was a cut shot that actually went to cover. Last ball of the 16th. Oh, and Richards put his hands through it. Long ons there. So 8 runs in the 5th. Sorry, the 16th gone. 24 for 3. So, the U19 player Rich, still thinking about that LBW to Brown in the first game, first ball that he faced. He seems ready to use his feet though, and looks for the reverse sweep, but it was pitched up by Khan.
Struggling here is Richards. Coming off a set of duck in the game he played earlier today. Struggling to get the ball off the square. Tried reverse sweep. Didn't look good a while.
And here's a reverse slog, but it turns out perfectly. 4 runs. Yes. I mean, Adam Khan, he bowled the delivery and he hung 2 balloons on it saying, hit me. Turning his body, reverse slog, I should say.
Yeah, the occasional bad ball, occasional is a weak word, argument, no. But the bad ball from the leg spinner being met with the full treatment.
Khan to Richards. Another full delivery, but it sort of dies in flight. Turned out to be a pretty for the Pakistan national team. This one is a flatter one. And Richards is going to go over cover and drop right in front of Adams for the single.
Batting is such a game. When you're low on confidence, I mean, you don't seem to be seeing the ball as well as you should. Because I'm telling you right now, maybe some of the fans for Atlanta Lightning are saying, throw your hand and come because you're costing us.
Yep. Oh, and Shamar Springer throws his hands. Long ons under this one and takes a brilliant catch. What a catch by Brandon Chandapal, son of Shivnarine Chandapal. And if you want to know why I'm saying Brandon, that's the nickname. He came in out of the deep, had to throw himself, and a brilliant catch to get the wicket. Here it is again, Springer, and it's the prize wicket of Springer, trying to go off it. Look at him dive and hold on. Wow.
Top catch, international standard.
I'll tell you what.
That one came down with ice on it. It hung so long. But running in, diving in front of you, that's what you pay your money to come and watch as a fan, to see players perform like that.
West Indies selectors mouths will be watering seeing stuff like that.
Outstanding from Tanjari Chandapal. Batsman primarily, he bowls part-time. One understands with 2 hands, but primarily he bowls with his right arm leg spin. A decent opening player, had an outstanding first-class season for his native Guyana in the West Indies domestic league. In fact, he was in the West Indies test squad recent series against Bangladesh. So he's on the rise, the son of no other than Shivnarine Chandapal, who's now lived in Florida and was recently appointed as head coach of the USA women's cricket team and women's under-19 team. In fact, as we're all aware, 2 days ago, the West Indies women's under-19 team, in the first assignment for Chandapal, took home the West Indies Women Under 19 trophy. So as our guest team participating in the West Indies competition.
So we talked about cricket in USA, bleeding over to the women's side of things, winning a great championship over in Trinidad and Tobago last in the uprising U19 cricketers. We're gonna check the score for Shamar Springer, but it was a good innings. But out goes Shamar Springer, in comes Terence Hines. So you have same sort of production at the wicket, just not as quick as Springer.
Both of them are all-rounders in their own right, preferably pace bowling all-rounders, but they are very handy with the bat. Terence Hines, who plays for the Trinbago Knights Riders in the CPL, and Springer, who has played for a couple of teams in the CPL as well. So the opportunity is there for Atlanta to continue pressing for a total of beyond 160, the par score of 8 runs per over of 160, and maybe go 170, 180.
Manav Patel and Hines still trying to get his eye in, as they would say. So Springer departed for 39. Brilliant catch out in the deep by Chandapol. Here's Manav Patel. And that's an inside, played right across the line. Going with the natural swing that Patel provides. And the righty going right across the line of delivery to hit it to mid-wicket to get one.
Yes, indeed. Getting off the mark, Hines, I mean, this is what you'd want before he tries to tee up. But it is interesting to note that it is the breaks that Orlando Galaxy has put a bit somewhat, because getting rid of Springer, you have two players who are still not yet in their confidence zone.
Very much so, Richards. Richards comes across and he got a reverse slog against the spinner. But he is really struggling, Richards, to get anything going.
Wow. The difference a one-ball duck can make, cricketer.
That could ruin your
Just
week.
change his mind from then.
Oh, yeah.
And he has come into this game, survived another duck, but is struggling to middle the ball.
Patel, Richards, and the top edge. It's high in the air. Fielders coming in from the deep and takes another good catch. Well, Richards' misery is over.
Yes, he had
Played completely across the line, got a leading edge.
Oh my.
And another good catch, Jermaine. We have to talk about the quality in the field that we've seen throughout the day. Again, another tough catch, but taken.
Outstanding feeling. In fact, I haven't seen a drop catch since matches are being taken by the players. What is interesting, Ryan, I'm not playing in such a long who wanted to come off the. I wanted to almost run the joke of hitting down the wickets and come off. He perhaps the fans maybe wanted to say that to him over, but he did look uncomfortable. Still shattered by the one ball duck he got in the first game. Here, clearly one of their better batsmen to be batting at number 5, but definitely
Space and hope for tomorrow.
Yes.
But captain is out there. Gary Pear, the man of the match against Fort Lauderdale Lions. He had 48 and then picked up 2 wickets with the ball. Undoubtedly brilliant all-round performance. He comes in, but because the ball was in the air, the batters crossed, so Hines will get strike while Pear gets a chance to settle in at the non-striker's end.
Indeed, another opportunity for Pear to show his worth. Outstanding so far this season.
And Hines lifts this one over extra cover, drops safely, and come back for a safe 2.
And we're talking about a Gary Pear here, as we mentioned earlier. Not only is he, on the fringe of playing more international games for the West Indies, with the World Cup coming up later this year, he could very well make that World Cup squad, Gary Pear. So playing here in the minor league is a testimony to the level of cricket that is happening. And, should he go to the CPL and do even better, he could be in.
Another good in-swinger by Patel to the right-hander. But they turn a good delivery into a single, exactly what you want for your batter. So at the end of 18, 134 for 5, 12 deliveries remaining.
What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
So Sarawat, the strike who got it on the very, very trapping Parchment LBW, the second to last over, and he's going to be bowling to Hines, who's 3 from 4. Hines just prods it to extra cover, gets 1.
I tell you, it's quite notable, and you know, if I want to say respectable, the performance of this Orlando Galaxy team, who comes into the encounter the less fancied and less informed. The Atlanta Lightning currently has 3 wins and 1 defeat, and Orlando has 2 wins and 3 defeats. Just 7.4, not allowing it to pass 8. So they now could peg back this game and have this team making only about 150 or just score 160.
Sarawat around the wicket to the left-hander and glanced away on the onside.
Which would be an achievement, because prior to now, the Atlanta Lightning looked as if they were going to make 170, 180, even 190. So to be able to now be...
So, the right-handed Hines, Sarawat does have protection on the onside, a long on, a deep mid-wicket and a deep square leg. And on the offside has a long off and a deep cover. Those are the 5. 6 runs for Hines. It was a lollipop by Sarawat.
Yes, definitely not expected from Sarawat. The strike bowler at the start division was Hines. He moves to 10 from 6.
Hands on hips for Sarawat. 8 runs in 3 deliveries. Very unlike him. Let's see if he can bounce back, or the confidence of Hines just continues to flow. Playing through the line of the ball, covers there.
Sarawat does come back with that delivery much better. That's what you want. You don't want the batters at this stage to be freeing their arms or getting any freebie deliveries. So much better delivery from Sarawat. And
adjustments for the left-hander, the old righty-lefty combo. Long on, deep mid-wicket. And then for the offside, deep...
car repair there. Just pushing one, getting off the mark per se. He no doubt has the ability. He was more required to do a repair job, having been his team been 30 out for 4. So he batted singles and he waited on bad deliveries. But let's see if they can open up and try and push this total above 160, which is what would be ideal for the Atlanta Lightning.
This one drifts towards mid-on leg, just glanced away for 1. So, at the end of 19, 144 for 5, only 6 deliveries remaining. We'll be back shortly.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof.
First.
So, Mr. Accurate, Manav Patel, bowling the last over to pair slugs. Not much he can do with it.
No, not Hines.
Hines, rather, the righty. So, Hines goes to 13.
Yes. And for me, I thought that Atlanta should be going more helter-skelter in these last couple of overs. I'm not really impressed with their approach of wanting to just take singles and be okay with this 7 runs per over score. It could come back to bite them.
Yes, Jermaine, you were visibly shaken. Definitely. It was very apparent. Okay, lefty on lefty, long on, and then on the offside, a long off and a deep cover for protection.
I just love to see the cricket being played the right way. This should easily be a total over 160. For me, if they fall below that, it's not the best.
Well, he goes after this one, finds deep backward square. So Pear can't really cut loose, but you can thank Manav Patel for that.
Because when you set the first score of 140, 150, if when you're in the field and you bowl, if you two bowlers doesn't have a good day, you're almost gonna be out of it. You understand me? When you have above par score, you can have bowlers going for the cleaners early or even in the middle, but you can have a catch up.
Yep.
So you need to get as much as you can.
Well, 4 deliveries to go. Again, Patel right on middle stump, just short of a length. Hines trying to whip it through mid-wicket, actually over mid-wicket, and can't get a hold of it.
Yeah, so the urgency wasn't there, but, maybe they're so comfortable and confident that they have the bowlers, having seen Pear and others bowl earlier, and Hines, and, maybe they think that this score is workable.
Patel and he's bowling. Manav Patel does the business. Only the off-stump bail falls, and that's so symbolic of Manav Patel. Right on a dime. And Pear trying to play across the line, the captain trying to score runs in the dying moments. And all it took was one bail to be knocked off by Manav Patel.
Yes, a very good bowling there from Patel, getting his 3rd wicket for the game. As you call him, Mr. Accurate, one of the better left-arm bowlers here in the tournament and performing in the United States. Pear wasn't there in line to get that. He wasn't under it. The ball was a bit too close to him to be attempting a shot. At best, he should have advanced and tried to take the ball off its length.
And Manav Patel is a master's in computer science, so you could actually make a spreadsheet for you if you need off of Excel.
Okay.
So it's very handy in the office as well.
Indeed.
And on the computer. So Manav Patel, pick up the bowlers. I could have told you that before the game. 30 for 3 off of 3.4. He's not done. New addition to the team comes in for this second match of a doubleheader. Porras tries to work the ball onto the onside. Hines picks up the single smartly as he will face the last delivery of this 20-over match for the Atlanta Lightning innings.
Yes, indeed. Just getting to the 150 mark, as I say, just below par, but defendable. And, Atlanta Lightning looking to make it 2 wins from as much on the...
Patel, last delivery of the innings, and it's a slower delivery, and it's gone over for a maximum. What a way to finish the innings. Hines picked up on the slower ball. Manav Patel can't believe it. He waited on it and got just enough to go over mid-wicket. So what a way to finish. Hines finishes with a 6. And the Atlanta Lightning score finishes...
Just par. Par is 160, 155, not very far. Let's hope that, 5 runs doesn't hurt them. I mean, just falling below that par score, I like to argue.
Jermaine, look at the scorecard. Tell me what you see.
Yes, a very good and impressive innings there from Sagar Patel. 40 runs from 37 deliveries. He was well supported by Hansard Hamilton and Shamar Springer, the West Indies under 19 former player. He made 39 from 23. Heath Richards struggled coming off from that duck earlier in the day. Terrence Hines with 20 at the end of 11 did spurs up the innings. 155 for 6. I think they'll be happy, the Atlanta Lightning.
Well, looking at the bowling figures right now, Shawat started off with that 1 wicket in his first delivery, finished with 1 for 19 off of 3. Very good economically. Hardik Desai, 4 overs, none for 24 was the pick of the bowlers. But Manav Patel, when it comes to wickets, accuracy and forcing batters to make mistakes because he is so stubborn on his line and length. So good performance by Orlando Galaxy. Their first match of the weekend. Atlanta Lightning put up 155 for 6. We'll be back with the second innings shortly. back to Broward County Stadium in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Toyota Minor League Cricket 2022. Visitors Atlanta Lightning putting up 155 runs in their 20 overs, and the host team Orlando Galaxy getting ready to take strike. Opening batters, Captain Nasir Ahmed. So opening bowler for this Atlanta Lightning team, we will confirm shortly, but it looks to be Kyle Phillip, who came from Fort Lauderdale Lions just last season, and he's going to get a chance. The opening over, coming from the commentary and up the hill, as they would say. And just to give you a quick idea of the two fielders outside of the restrictive circle, he has a third man and a deep square leg.
An interesting game we have on our hand. Defend that comfortably. As a batting team, you'll also feel like you may be in it, providing one or two of your experienced batters get off. But 155, both teams are in with a very good chance of arguably pulling off this with to start. You know, maybe you'd say it's advantage the team that is bowling.
I would say 155 is a pretty good total to defend on this wicket. But here comes Phillip. First delivery. And that's once right on up and push a single in the end. It's going to be overthrows here. So pushing for a defensive single has now gathered two because of the overthrow. And just what the doctor ordered for this Orlando team.
Yes, Kyle Phillip was a international start ongoing with the USA team to their recent qualifier in Zimbabwe, which unfortunately they lost to both Zimbabwe and the Netherlands, missing out on two opportunities to play in the T20 World Cup in Australia later this year. But Kyle Phillip, an interesting and important member of this Atlanta Lightning team, he wants to give them a good start.
Well, it takes a different kind of person to be a wicketkeeper and opening batsman. But Metul Patel just sort of dabs this one, or like a cut. Didn't get all of it. Yep. Little upset with himself. And he gets a single. But Metul Patel, 354 runs so far this season. Faced 294 balls, 93 balls, 24 fours and 16 sixes. Has a 50 under his belt. So he is very much accomplished, and so too his fellow opener Nasir, the captain. Is Phillip just went, but that ball always angling down the leg side.
Yes, the opening 6 overs here, the power play, is where Orlando will want to get in as much runs as possible. Coming into those 6 overs, if you can get 10 runs per over at 60, that would be the perfect. If you get 8 runs per over, we're looking at what, 52 runs, that would be okay as well. 7 runs per over would take the team, 40.
Phillips, and he opens the face of the bat, and a beautifully played by Patel. Just ran it down to third man and collected 4 runs just using the pace of the ball. Beautifully played.
Yes, so as I say, Phillip here, you know, pitching not a lot of pace, perhaps pitching.
Here's Phillip, fifth ball of this first over. And short, and he's whipped right through it over point. One bounce into the fence. So Patel in the mood to put pressure on the opening bowler. He flies to 11, and they score now 12 without loss after only 5 deliveries rather.
Very positive start on the part of the Orlando Galaxy. They, as we know, coming to this fixture, needing more than anything else to get a win. They're currently 3 wins and 2 losses from their 5 games. The Atlanta Lightning are actually 3 wins and 1 defeat from their 4 games. So they would want, in the battle for the 2 spots to the playoffs, both teams are fighting.
It's a bouncer by Phillip. Good short ball, and the umpire calls for a wide. Not sure if because of the height, but maybe because of the width. Good idea by the youngster. Good short delivery, something that you want to have in your arsenal.
Car repair would have wanted from Phillip, but nonetheless, it's good going if you are an Orlando fan.
So a wide pushes it to Phillip. Shortish delivery, and Patel can't get it away. So the end of one over, great over for Orlando Galaxy. It is 13 without loss.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस, इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
So, after that damage in the first over, there's damage control coming in from the captain himself, Kari Pear.
Superb cricket thinking. The best bowler coming in to just tell this Orlando team, saying, hey, you're not going to get off to a fast start here under my watch.
And he's turned it right off of his legs. Quick outfield. Good fielding by the fine leg. Turned a 2 into a 1. That was excellent fielding.
To defend a total of 130. Fort Lauderdale Lions falling 6 runs short. So another opportunity here for him to put up his hand and do well, not only batting, bowling, but also captaincy-wise career.
So Patel, born in Baroda, Gujarat, in India, getting a chance. He's a mechanical engineer, major. And on the other end, Nasir from Bahrain, Pakistani parents, also a mechanical engineer from UCF in Orlando. Here's Philip. This one is on Midland leg, can't get it away. He's done that so well for both the arm ball, Jermaine. Hard for the right-handers.
And this is the beauty of the minor league cricket heading into Major League Cricket next season.
And he's gone after it. Just a little bit of width. And Nasir gave it the treatment. Orlando Galaxy off to a flyer. 18 without loss. Only 9 deliveries bowled.
Yeah, not typical from making him, giving himself room and going over the top. You expect that in the first 6 over. Very good batting on the part of Patel.
Patel, 15 from 7. Again, down on the legs. Hard for the right-handed batter to get away.
And getting away is the word, because what happened here away. And whenever, as we saw in the first game, whenever that's bowled to batsmen in a deceptive manner, it's difficult to turn. And you can't get LBW bowled.
Oh, he's put across the line, but again, the arm ball that you just talked about, Jermaine, the ball just continuing along its angle.
At pace.
Was going to beat leg stump. Here's the replay.
He has that delivery, pat. And that is what is one of his biggest wicket-taking assets, Kari Pear.
Pear bowls this one more on middle and off, but again, Nasir can't. So,
yes.
Just quick thing from the commentary end. We have Pear, no, not Pear, sorry, rather. We have the new bowler, I believe it was Martini.
Yeah, it should be. Seems as if it's the off spinner.
I think it's Matani, rather.
Matani.
Bowling his off spinners from the commentary end. And he's going to be bowling to the Metul Patel.
So a quick change there from Kari Pear. Good captaincy again. He doesn't necessarily allow. It's how he won the game against Fort Lauderdale Lions earlier today.
Yep.
So a bad over for 13 runs from Philip and quick adjustment to the bowler.
Matani waiting his turn. Patel ready. This one's a flighted delivery and driven lovely on drive. Gets a single. Protection for Patani. He has a long on and a deep mid wicket. So anything on the onside, he has two men on the boundary. Will hit straight anyway. On the offside, there's runs to be had. Nasir. Oh, and maybe did he edge it? Keeper thinks so. But a wide delivery.
It's a shimmy to try and throw off the umpire to see if he wouldn't have called that wide, but the umpire would have none of it.
Worked on me. I thought it was a healthy appeal, but actually it hit his pad.
Yes.
And umpire, wasn't buying it.
Wasn't buying it.
So Patani coming around the wicket now to the right-hander. Different angle. And Nasir inside edge. The good old French cut. Gets him a single.
Pulling it back, car repair we did in the last over 5 runs after 13 being considered in the first. This now the third over, just 3 runs conceded so far. So slowly down after that helter-skelter first over, as the case may be, from the Galaxy Lightning. Look.
Well, a run rate of 7.5 is what's needed. And that's a well-bowled delivery. Just short of a length. It kept low. And now he's going to change the angle to come around the wicket to Patel. Just trying to make Patel second guess himself, not getting to any sort of rhythm. He's gone. Oh, and he's bowling. Is it or is it a stumping? Appeal for the stumping, not out. Certainly went between the bat and the pad with that sweep. And he whipped off the bails, but I don't think the back foot ever came out.
No, he didn't. But good glove work there from the keeper for the team, for the Lightning. Who we have there as the keeper. Batsman don't like to see, even though he's not out, he doesn't like to see his stump being rattled. Or here.
Good delivery by Matani. Desperate feeling as well. 2.4 overs gone. The spinners bringing it back after the line. Trying to score heavily on the onside, and that's the end of the third over. It is 22 without loss.
One, two, three.
So, Kyle Phillip, who opened the bowling from the commentary end, has now been switched to the northern end, coming down the hill, where I think he should have started in the first place. Oh, and Nasir's appeal for LBW going down the leg side. Umpire says not out.
Yes, I agree. That one is angling down. Much better angle. Yeah, you made it the thought. Start from the northern end to begin with.
Do you give Kirky
down the hill,
the ball to come down the hill, especially when he's a 6'4" fast bowler?
Right. It's either the captain or the bowler that forced the first one.
It's Phillip again and is full. Can't score off of it.
Sometimes the captain knows the end, but a bowler feels as if he's better that way. So, sometimes the captain just allow him and say, all right, start there, but,
So,
you never know.
Phillip coming back with 2 dot balls after a torrid first over. Coming into Nasir. Nasir back, plays his shorter ball well, is bowling rapidly.
Yes.
Pace.
Yeah, much better from that end. He's coming down, and you know, for a lanky person like him, coming down the hill, as we would say,
Oh yeah.
he was his type of bowler, not a chess bowler, a rhythm bowler,
Yes.
as we would say.
Well, good Yorker and dug out by starting to feel it.
Yes, clearly he seems to have been hurt by that first over spell.
And any good fast bowler should be should have a little bit of pride if you're a fast bowler, you know.
And the fact that he's a USA national player, I'm sure he wants to say, I should be able to stamp my class on this type of setting.
Correct. But Nasir, the master and computer science from UCF, and has an outside edge on his 4 runs. No slip cordon in T20. And one of the safest places to get a boundary.
Well played. This is a touch last shot because you allow it to come on slightly at the very last minute, open the face of the bat. That's not easy to do.
It looked even better with the replay. You could see him open up the face of the bat and get the 4.
Oh my, shot. Once it's
so what was heading towards a maiden, they get a boundary. 4 runs off of it. Now 26 without loss. Philip trying to recover 17 now off of 1.5.
As you say, this is good going for Orlando in the power play. They would want anything above 7 per over.
Down the leg side, and it's a wide. It's all unraveling for Philip now after 4 fantastic dot balls. The late cut, I should say, the late glance by Nasir to get the 4 and then the wide.
Yes, offside glance, elegantly done. But yes, we did say 7 runs per over. That would be, if they were to score over 42 runs in the first 6, which is 7 runs per over, they would be comfortable, Orlando.
Down the leg side, hits his pad. Not sure if he got any bat onto it. We'll see. Yep, leg by. So it's a leg by to wrap up the over. So with after 4 overs, it is 7 runs per over at 28 without loss.
Yeah, so good. I mean, this is what.
My son, he's so soft-spoken. Oh, yeah. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom.
Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go.
Captain Karipe, coming from the commentary ends, he seems to bring himself on at the most opportune times.
He's not allowing this team to get away in the power play. That's what he's saying to himself.
Bowling to Patel. That's beautifully bowled. And you can see the turn whenever he needs it, Jermaine.
Right, because in this power play, as we say, anything over 7 for the batting first. Over 42 for 6 overs means the batting team has gotten off to a good start. He's trying to restrict them below 42 runs. 5.
Pair again. Patel is back on his through the field. And he's going to get a much needed boundary for Orlando Galaxy. Slightly short. Patel, rather. Yep, Nasir, the man from UCF. And 4 runs.
The breaks, as we say, carry pair here. Not bowling well from this end as how he bowled from the northern end.
Pair trying to recover. Again, gets maximum tweak. Whenever he needs to turn, he can extract it. And then he can bowl that arm ball at middle and leg. And really come for the batsman.
And with his height, he gets the bounce as well.
Maximum bounce with that arm action. So there seems to be a very, very good cricketing mind as well. Gary Pear.
He's now what, 30, 31? I mean, clearly maybe at his mature
But for a
sporting
spinner,
age.
that's perfect though. I mean,
Yes.
you don't need to be young buck being a spinner.
Right.
He's gone after him. High in the air, over cover, one bounce.
Ooh.
And into the cover boundary. 4 runs for Nasir, his second of the over.
I tell you what, up here must be ruining him is perhaps up that we could have presented itself, because had he had someone a cover fielder on the boundary, that should have been a wicket.
With turn, he has a long on and he has a deep mid wicket, but he's bowling everything off or outside off stump. Usually he goes back to his line of middle and leg, and that's why you have the deep mid wicket. But he's now bowled everything towards off stump, and Nasir has made him pay the price. So now he's gone back to that line.
Trying to shimmy the umpire again. He got away with that wide.
Looks like he did.
He did this time.
So after 5 overs, it is 36 without loss. Okay, so we have a good matchup here. We have Hines coming into the attack. The last delivery Hines bowled was the last one of the last, and he yorked, man, bowling him down neck and crop. So this is going to be Hines' first delivery since the last game, and we have an excellent player of pace in Matul Patel, who's now 16 from 13.
And that last game, if you may remind our viewers, would have been the game that would have played first ahead of this double header between Atlanta Lightning and Port Lauderdale Lions. The Lightning prevailed by 6 runs, defending 130 of 18 overs.
So they need 120 in 15 overs. Exactly 8 runs and over from here on in. 1 over left of the power play. There's a long on and a deep. Sorry, there is a third man and a deep mid wicket. And that's played through extra cover. Yes, they do.
Comfortably too there. But Terrence Hines, we mentioned once more, first class player from the Caribbean, play in the Caribbean Premier League T20 with Trinbago Knight Riders, etc. So this is his asset, and what Carripier will be hoping he can do to dislodge one of these batsmen.
Hines. It comes down the wicket, Patel. Beautifully struck through cover on his 4. Patel uses feet to perfection. Got to the pitch of the cover.
Yes, one of the rare misfields we have seen in this game or all day from the cover field. It appears to be Phillips. He should have done a better job there getting his body behind that delivery. Unfortunately, for his team, it has cost them 4 runs. And it's for Orlando, it held them to 42, well above 7 runs so far in this power play.
Can Hines tidy it up? 6 off of 2. Slower delivery. And well fielded in like square leg. Just backward of square.
So Hines doing not an ideal job so far. 2 and 4 after first 2 deliveries. Good comeback there with a dot ball. And Ahmed and the Patel partnership is blossoming. 42.
Hines to Patel. Down the leg side, hits the pad. Patel not happy with himself, wanted more out of that delivery. So Hines just drifting down the leg side, but got the dot ball nonetheless. Score remains at 42 without loss. So, some quick math. It will be 7 runs and over. If the over concludes now. And that'll be just within reach for Orlando Galaxy with no wickets lost in the power play. And it's back down the ground. Mid-on is there, but they get the single.
Good bowling again there from Hines. Again, once he's not allowing the batsmen to get off and get boundaries, technically, it's, you know, what the captain or what he would like. Preferably wickets, but at least dot ball or at minimum singles.
Hines, Patel. Oh, and he's bowling. Middle stump out to the ground. Hines has struck, and the captain, Nasir, has lost his middle stump.
Excellent delivery here from Hines. Pitched up relatively and swinging in. For some reason, the batsman didn't pick it. He seems to be a little bit at sea. We looked at a replay to see what caused that, but he totally played around that delivery.
One of the most beautiful, trying to force the issue through mid-wicket. In the end, Orlando Galaxy lose their first wicket after 6 overs. It's 43 for 1.
Yes.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
So Matani is going to continue his off spinners from the commentary end. So the power play is over. 43 runs scored. That's just above 7. And the fielders on the onside protection for the right-hander. Long on, deep mid-wicket, deep square leg for protection on the offside. So Patani bowling to Patel, 23 from 18. Tajnarayan Chandapol, the son of Shivnarayan Chandapol, comes into bat. And Patel just with a lovely on drive gets an easy one, and it's a chance for the left-handed Chandapol to get his first strike.
He was one of the leading run scorers. Scored 200, I think, to 800 as well, and got invited to the West Indies squad. I didn't play a game in, I believe, Bangladesh, a series, but was around the team. So he's in form this season, and no doubt he's looking to add white ball cricket to his red ball repertoire.
Well, here's Matani, and it's outside the line of off stump. They push it to cover, no run. Chance for Chandapol to settle down, like you said, make an impression with the white ball cricket. Oh, lovely turn by Matani. This one's a little bit quicker, and it's appeal for LBW, and he's gone. Tajnarayan Chandapol out LBW to Matani. It was a quicker delivery, and it hurried on to him. No chance. Orlando Galaxy lose their second wicket at 44 for 2. You know, this is the second match on this turf. I don't think it was a poor bounce, but the bounce didn't hold. It sort of stayed a little bit low, and it sort of hurried on to him rather than the natural bounce.
By surprise here, he goes sadly for North on his behalf while here. But in terms of games played, They currently have gotten two of the better players, the captain and Chandapal, from this Orlando lineup.
Well, the man from Anguilla, Adams, comes in, quite the all-rounder, fantastic fieldsman. And he's going to face Matani, who just trapped Tajnarain Chandapal, LB dubbed. And Adams is forward, a half-hearted appeal. Matani knew, no chance.
Don't we?
Matani, Adams again. This one's well flighted. Adams hesitant, but he's off the mark. And that'll be the end of 7 overs. 45 for 2. Atlanta Lightning bouncing back after the power play.
Yes, indeed.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go Rewards, when you fuel, you save, because rewards come first.
Game, and we have Springer coming back to the attack, number 52, and he will be bowling to Dmitry Adams.
Just like we have had in a bit bowling change, a little bit that change here in the commentary booth. Mihal, you sitting in a while for Ryan. What's your take on the game?
It's evenly poised at this point. On the left side, he tried to nick it and well fielded by the keeper.
You believe it has been even Stevens for the most part. You think it's
Yeah, it's evenly poised at this point. Galaxy does have some hitters in the back, so they can recover really quickly. So it's just a matter of a game, but at 155, good stop at the point. And we had 2 quick wickets, so this game is, as I say, evenly poised at this point. Ball is on the left side, well fielded by number 24. That gets 1 run.
Yes, it's good to see, I'm sure, from the captain's point of view, Kari, Springer being into the attack. Yes, it's good to see, for what it is worth, Springer coming into the attack for Orlando, because he did well in their victory earlier in the day, Mehul, against this Fort Lauderdale Lions team. So welcome to the commentary booth, sitting in for Ryan for Mehul. Your take.
Thank you, Jermaine. Appreciate that. Now Springer is on the attack. Wide outside the off stump. Mithul tries to get a bat on it, but just gets a little
To win.
At this point, this game is evenly poised. Few wickets can change it. However, as I said before, Galaxy does have some hitters. They can always recover on the run rate part. So here comes Springer to Mithul Patel. A little wide outside the off stump. Mithul Patel tries to push it on the off, but gets an inside edge. Goes on the leg side and covered by Springer himself.
I think what is important here, the required run rate has just crept up to 9 runs per over. That is always something to watch as a team who is chasing. You arguably do not want this run rate to go into 10 runs per over and get more difficult. But, with Patel there, having faced most deliveries, it's an interesting stage.
Way outside the off stump, and it's called a wide. The baller is asking the umpire since the batsman moved, but umpire doesn't want to hear any of it.
Yes, indeed. That's indeed a wide, as we'll see in this replay. Definitely out the trouble line. Springer needs to get his act together. He can be a little bit wayward at times, but when he gets it right with his slower balls, he's very effective.
So this ball is way outside the outside dotted line, so it's a legally wide delivery. Here comes Springer again to Mithul Patel. Even wider. And this time he does not have any excuse.
He just turns back, kicks the dust, and head back to his mark. Shamar Springer from Barbados, a former West Indies under 19 player. He's one of the key players for this Atlanta Lightning team as an all-rounder. He did okay with the bat, but he's trying to do it with the ball now.
Here we go, Springer again to Mithul Patel. Straight in the middle. Mithul gets it on the offside and gets an easy single. Oh, good and quick throw from the outfield. And end of the over number 8, and Orlando is at 49 for 2 wickets down.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस, इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
So Mathani continues from the commentary box end, and Mithul Patel will be facing him. So they have pretty much 5 fielders in the outfield covering the boundaries, the maximum rate, and gets an easy single.
This is what they're already for 23 deliveries. For us, battery, you get the impression that's the mindset he's in. He's not going for any extravagant shot or boundary.
He's
he bats through and others around him get the occasional boundary per se. They'll keep the run with it.
Dmitry on the offside, pushes it away, gets a single, looking for a second, but the throw is very quick back.
Yes, so Patel here, I believe, is key to this other chase. Currently, they need 9 runs per over. If he continues to be there, he'll help as the informed player to keep the run rate under double digits. We believe that will be key. And, so far, so good for him with 26 runs off 23 deliveries.
Once again, Mathani.
Yeah, decent over here from Mathani. 2 singles and a dot ball. Exactly what you'd want from your captain. He just needs a wicket now to have an ideal over so far.
Mathani to Mithul again. Mithul goes over the offside, over the covers, and it's 4. Easy 4 for Mithul. The ball was on the up, and a little work for Mithul to do in that.
Shot of class. Anytime a batsman is able to play inside out, over, cover, especially to the ball coming in, the off spinner here, to be exact, it shows that you have something about you.
And it was a very controlled shot. It was not a wayward where Mithul pushes it away. Another dot ball.
So good luck at cricketer Mithul here, Patel, also the wicket keeper per se, and doing well.
He's doing much better. This particular tournament, he has scored quite a few runs at a very good strike rate. And that's what Galaxy is looking for from an opener. 5 for 2. Dmitry Adams, 3 runs out of 6 balls. And Mithul Patel going healthy here at 30 from 27. So Hamilton comes in the attack.
Is it or is still Springer?
No, Springer. Sorry, Springer. Yeah, Springer is in the attack. Sorry.
Known very well for his dread.
Dmitry will be facing him, who is at 3. playing carefully right now. Springer comes from the... Oh, that's a wide outside the leg stump. And umpire immediately called it wide. So Springer is, throwing away wides quite often now.
Yes, he's been a bit erratic this game, if I may say, all day. We see what he's trying to do. He's trying to, bowl those cutters in and out, but, his control needs to be better.
Here he goes again for a single. It's an easy single. Springer runs again after it and gets it easily. That brings Mithul Patel on strike.
Even Stevens encounter as we approach the 10 over mark, half midway the game. Orlando needs 9 runs per over to get to their total of 155 for 6, while the Lightning, Atlanta, would feel as if they have done enough and can defend it.
Springer to Mithul Patel. Mithul goes inside out. It's high in the air, but right in the no man's land, and he gets easy 2 out of it.
Good shot there again for Mithul. Again, having the confidence. I will be showing the class to play inside out to the ball that comes into him, lifting it over the infield. That is acceptable as well.
Right enough so that it's in the no man's land.
Indeed.
Got too easy 2 out of it. So a little overcast condition. So Coach Chandrapal has already taken the DL chart from the umpires. Mithul goes again on the offside, gets an easy single to the covers.
Interesting observation, point of view. The DL chart as a worst case. You'd wonder, without having the DL charts in front of us, who would be at front here? I'd want to think Orlando.
The score looks like it would be Orlando, but as I said, it's evenly poised.
Yes, because
it could be a matter of 2 or 3 dot balls.
Right, because to be fair, during their innings, Atlanta Lightning were also pacing themselves.
Yes. Dmitry carefully puts it on the offside.
But let's hope all any rain.
Let's hope so. Let's keep the rain guards away from here now. Because we want a full legal game, and Orlando, who has seen its fair share of washed out games last season, would be hoping for a full game.
And this season too.
Yes. Oh, that's full outside the wide. Oh, not given wide. That's good.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Full. That's an interesting one. But
as we'll perhaps see in the replay here.
Get some, you gain some. That's what I would call it.
Yes, I mean, Springer has been complaining at the close ones that none is falling his way. Maybe he'll now be happy.
Yeah. Dmitry here going carefully. Springer again. The last ball of the over. Oh, Dmitry goes high in the air and caught at the point easily. Well, that's a sad end to Dmitry's innings. He was playing very sensibly, and he puts one in the air, and that gives Springer a well-earned wicket on this over.
Yeah, I mean, earned is interesting because he has been putting in the effort, as we have said, bowling in swingers and slide out cutters as well. This one here, he pitched it up Midland leg, maybe a little bit slow through the air, and deceived the batsman here, Adams, who only succeeded to sky it. So good bowling from the Springer, and exactly what Atlanta would need, a wicket at this stage, whereby Orlando was somewhat cruising.
So at the end of 10 overs, we are at 60 for 3. Orlando Galaxy needs 9.6 runs and over, which is, getting up there, as Jermaine said. But this game is evenly poised. As we know, Orlando has some hitters in their squad also. So this game is going to get really exciting. So please don't leave us. Please stay tuned. We are taking a little break here at the end of 10th over, and we'll be right back.
My son, he's so soft-spoken. Oh, yeah! Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
And here we are back on the 11th over. Matani comes back for his last over, and we have on strike Rohit Dachan, aka Beast.
What a name. How did he get that name?
Yeah, because he hits really hard, so that's why they call him a beast. Plays it carefully, as the conditions show.
He batting, I believe, for at number 5 here, needs to be sensible.
Yes. Once again, clean bowled. Sensible at all for this stage. And once again, Orlando Galaxy crippling the wickets at the right times.
Just as I said, you call him the beast. I know he's a big hitter, but that's not what you want at this point. You need sensible batting. You need to pick and choose the deliveries in which you're going to go. That one was tossed up. I mean, perhaps if he had moved his feet and got to that delivery, he could turn it into a full toss. But to just stay there and slug at that, it's poor cricket.
Yes. Yeah, that is insensible cricket from him, and he paid a heavy price for it.
Yes, and has now put the Orlando team under pressure.
Exactly.
I know that it is. I know that is your two of your specialist batsmen as well. This game has now tilted in the favor of Atlanta Lightning.
Exactly, and that brings Hardik Desai to the crease. A young man from Tampa, Florida, originated from Valsad, Gujarat, and he has shown a really good potential in 1 or 2 44 runs to bring the team close, but they didn't win that game.
Batting here at number 6, again, a specialist batsman position for new viewers, 1 to 6 to generally consider a batsman. You get the impression that he's of the ilk and of the quality to can use to bat sensibly. Yes. So all I'm saying, providing that happens, your team has just lost 2 wickets. You don't need to be going. It's still just the midway area, 10 overs gone. Carry your team at least to the 15th over. I mean, the run rate may go up from 9 now if you take it up to 12 or so. But at the end of the day, the last 5, you have hitters in the pavilion, you can come back.
Yeah. So Matani going to Hardik Desai. He's going to be facing his first ball, coming around the wicket.
Play. That's how I'd want batsman coming in and looking busy. That's what I'd have wanted the Beast to do. Come, you call it peep, you look at the delivery, and you work it, hit off strike. You're not standing there waiting to hit a 6.
Throwing away wickets at that certain point of the game where team needs some stability, some singles, and you also need time to settle in.
Exactly.
Watch the ball.
Be comfortable with taking singles in early in your innings.
Showing his class again, right on the offside, drives it and gets the single easy.
He is no trumps, as we have been pointing out. Put it to you, if his wicket goes, Orlando is in deep trouble because he's out there, would have seen everything that Atlanta has to offer, bowling wise, the condition wise, the pitch wise. He needs to bat through at least to the 15th over to ensure that Orlando gets closer, get above 100, and is in more striking distance.
Yes, he needs to stay there till the end, I would suggest. And that's what my hope will be, because here is on the offside. Hardik plays it carefully. Another dot ball. So this, dot ball is like the gold in T20 cricket, as you can see.
And Matani, a wicket and 2 runs in this over, doing well for his captain, Kari Pierre, and exactly what they need to get on top in this game.
Here's the last ball of the 10th over. Hardik pushes it out and gets an easy single. And that's the end of 11 overs. We are at 63. And Orlando Galaxy is at required run rate of 10.33. So things are only going to get a little difficult for Galaxy from here if they don't play sensibly.
If they don't play sensibly. And needing 10 runs per over, you're talking at least 1 boundary. You understand me? 2 would be ideal. But 1 boundary and some singles gets you anywhere between 8 to 10 runs here. Keeps you. You don't want to go over 12 going into the back end, which is the last 5-6 overs of the innings. So the work is
suggestion. Mithul needs to play through the innings. That's very important here. And that brings Springer back in the attack for his, I think this will be his 4th over too. Mithul Patel. Oh no, Hardik Desai will be facing him. The new batsman is taking his guard to make sure He's at the right position because he'll be facing the bowling for the first time, fast bowling from that end. Here comes Springer, his third over. And that's he starts off with a wide. As he said, he has been completely inconsistent, but he got lucked out with 1 wicket.
Yes, bowling now, Springer. He has been spraying the deliveries. You wonder why, though, he's been so off radar, but he's trying things with the ball.
And I think this is the pressure of the second game. Going against Springer to Hardik Desai, he pushes it down on the leg side, well fielded by number 95 and throws it back to the keeper. That could have easily slipped and got a 4.
Indeed.
Those are very important.
Why is all day, this their second game on the day, the Atlanta Lightning. And, that augurs well for them.
That brings Mithul Patel on strike. Springer goes to Mithul Patel. Full. Mithul drives it and gets caught. Oh, my God. So that's the blow Orlando Galaxy did not want. A very good straight catch and 1 more wicket to Orlando Galaxy.
Wow, slipping away is this game from the Orlando Galaxy. An excellent catch, again, we must mention, from the point fielder here. Diving to his right, low down. The ball was dying. All the pressure now on Orlando. 10 runs to get, 5 wickets down. The fight is on. However, having said that, if you are an Atlanta Lightning supporter, this is what you want to see. You want to see your Springers, your car repairers taking wickets and making life difficult for the opposition.
Yeah. So Mithul Patel scores 34 in 31 balls. For the situation, that shot was not really necessary to be played in the air. As we mentioned, he should have been the anchor for this team. That brings, I think, Manav Patel to the crease. So Manav and Hardik are very close friends from Tampa. They're very used to playing with each other. And these two have brought few games closer for Orlando Galaxy. And that's
the 4th round of the minor league season, 4th of 14, 4th round per se. But for the teams, the number of games differ. This game here is 3-1-2.
Springer again.
In the running for one of the 2 playoff berths from this division. So to lose here to Atlanta would put them really back the Orlando Galaxy.
So that is a correction. The batsman is Arnam Patel, not Manav Patel. He's the new batsman in. He gets 1 run on his first ball, and Hardik will be facing the next ball.
One Patel replacing another.
Yeah, Sarnam Patel is another under 19 pick, young player, very talented. Was added to the team this week actually.
Okay.
So Galaxy have high hopes from him, and now Springer to Hardik Desai. Straight back to him, and another dot ball. Their asking run rate is creeping up, as you mentioned.
Yeah, getting more difficult. This is a 12th over. If it continues and go beyond 12, providing Orlando has some really good big hitters, this game quickly could dissipate.
You are right about the last ball of the 12th over. Well hit by Hardik Desai in the gap. He'll get easy 2 out of it. A straight good throw, direct throw. It was a direct hit, but Hardik made his ground. Sarnam made his ground up there. Those are always challenging.
Yes, excellent over there. You'd want to argue on the part of Springer getting a wicket and 5 runs conceded. Would have kept Orlando in check at 68 for 5 off 12 overs. With the run rate now moving up. Good a lot there. His 3rd over it was for Shamar Springer, and the captain would be pleased.
Yep. So this game currently, as it stands, in favor of Atlanta Lightning, and Orlando Galaxy trying to make a game out of it right now. Few quick wickets, and the game has kind of changed a little. It started off with a flying start. Saranam Patel on strike. Aditya Sharma coming into the attack to Saranam Patel. Oh, very, very good, well bowled. First bowl, low on the offside. And, Saranam could only reach out for it.
Yes, to show you how well Atlanta is doing, they have brought in this youngster to bowl. He didn't bowl in the opening game earlier today when they were under pressure. But they are definitely on top here. And Captain Pierre just testing to see what he can do.
So Saranam drives it on the off and gets up and gets this easy single. That brings Hardik Desai on strike.
What I want to ask you, big hitters. We know the batsman who came early and got bowled. What was his name? Beast. What is his correct name?
Rohit Dutchin.
Chin. Yeah, Dutchin.
Rohit Dutchin.
Yeah, do you have players of his ilk still there who can cart the ball?
I think the next player should be following will be Manav Patel and Sumit Sehrawat.
They like to throw the bat?
Yeah. They both can hit hard and out.
Okay.
So there are 2 more hard hitters left. So that's a good strategy from Galaxy right now, sending Saranam and Hardik, who are more stable batsmen. So they are keeping those 2 hitters for after 15 overs.
Okay.
Right on the offside, he pushes to the point and gets 1 run out of it.
And just in case the viewers are wondering, we have guest commentator here, Mihail Parek.
Thank you.
He's with Orlando Galaxy franchise and in the back of the boat for a while, But for what it is worth, good to hear from you, Mihail.
Thank you. Once again on the offside, low ball, and there was not much Saranam Patel could do with that. We are coming to the end of the 12th over. 1 ball left.
At which stage you'll give Ryan?
Yes.
We're going to miss you.
Oh, he goes over the offside and just 1 run out of it. A very good shot. At the end of 13 overs, we are at 71 for 5. And here I'm checking out and I'm turning it over to Ryan Davis, my fellow Orlando friend.
Thank you, Mohul. Welcome back to Broward County Stadium. Toyota Minor League 2022 Richards, who has not looked comfortable with the bat in his hand, but has looked fine and comfortable with the ball in his hand. And he's coming to bowl his medium pace from the northern end, coming down the hill, bowling to Patel. Oh, and that one went over the top of off stump, completely beating Patel.
Yeah, clearly deceived, kept a bit low. You'd want to argue as we'd perhaps see in the replay here. But, not a bad delivery from Richards. He was very effective in the game that Atlanta Lightning played earlier today with slow balls and with cutters in and out. So he's a trump bowler for Carey Pierre and the Atlanta Lightning, and they're looking to turn the screws.
They're getting the ones, but I'm sure you would recognize at the bottom of your screen 12.60 is the run rate. Boundaries are a necessity from here on in.
It's getting away the 14th over here, Orlando. That's why I asked Mihal before he left the commentary booth a while ago, do they have hitters? Because notwithstanding, they need somebody who can keep the scoreboard ticking and not allow the run rate to go beyond where it is now at 12 runs per over.
Yeah, you almost need one of those brute hitters that can take a good ball and still hit it over the infield for a boundary.
Indeed. For what it is worth, for a lot of the Lions who lost earlier by 6 runs had it in Danza Hyatt for a while. You need some boundaries, Orlando.
Patel tries to play across the line, nowhere near it. Maybe I've gotten some glove onto it. But again, Richards, as stingy as can be, just picks up a single. Yep, looks like there was glove. Didn't see any sign from the umpire.
Yeah, so those, for what it is worth, these two Orlando batsmen look more like stroke players than ball beaters, I would call them, or big hitters. This is not good for the Orlando team.
Yeah, it's one thing if these stroke makers were middling the ball, but they're not. And here comes Richards to Patel. It's a slower delivery. Played all over it. And they're going to... So Patel goes to 6. 75 for 5.
Advantage Atlanta.
Yes.
And if we may say, if they were to win today, they would go Atlanta to 5 wins and 4 wins and 1 defeat.
Hence the reason the table before this weekend had Atlanta Lightning at 2 because of their expected win
probability.
Ratio. Yeah, probability. So if they come down here and match that, they get the 2 or 3 wins, they would really put them in the driver's seat with Atlanta Fire.
But it also sets Atlanta did reach the final. How far did Atlanta Fire go last season?
Atlanta Fire got into the playoffs. So too Morrison. And they both lost in the first round.
Right.
Outswinger somehow gets it through to mid-on.
What it is though saying, Atlanta Cricket with is in the Galaxy are struggling, and at least in this division this season, and was the case last year, this season Atlanta Fire, Atlanta Lightning are the top teams. Morrisville Raptors also up there. So Florida Cricket needs some introspection.
It really does. And give Atlanta credit. Atlanta Param Bears, they folded last season, at the end of last season. And this team, Atlanta Lightning, picked up some of their players. So they actually had 3 teams, not in minor league cricket, but how takes over Param Bears spot and still managed to produce cricketers at a decent level and then graduating to a good level.
All right.
Left arm spinner. Down the... but doesn't equal with the bat. And Sharma gets a wicket. The youngster, U19.
Yes, SI and Patel, young under 19 player, US under 19. This form or this type of the game doesn't seem to be suiting there. They like to run ball and stroke deliveries, and this calls for an up tempo. We see here Desai tried to up the tempo, looked at C and got bowled.
So we see the left arm spinner coming in. Good flight, drew him into the shots. He came down the wicket, couldn't get there, and the Bears were off in a light. So number 27 comes in for Orlando Galaxy. We'll get that for you really shortly. His name is Sumit Sherwat, the opening bowler, who got the wicket in the very first delivery. He's going to try to play his best all-round
lifetime innings.
At number 8, he's going to try to come in here and he'll have to play some sort of swashbuckling innings.
Yes.
Looks a little bit like he looks like he can have some power.
He was one of the 2 that Mehul alluded to earlier, 2 more hitters in the pavilion. But the question, are you a sensible hitter or you're just a gun-ho hitter?
He's going to have to hit the ball regularly over the boundary.
Regular is one,
or into the boundary.
On its merit.
Correct. Young Sharma, what a feeling for him, getting away. Well bowled again by Sharma. Lovely arc, good flight.
One must say though, whenever a batsman comes to the wickets, I like the approach they take, almost the attitude. We see there, say what? The attitude I like.
Yes. Oh, and it's cut away, but there is a backward point. Almost like a gully.
Bowler for Orlando. He could make a difference here.
Cut away again. This time, point gets there. They get the one, and let's see if Sherwat can get under one and put it to the boundary.
Yes, that is what the Orlando Galaxy team needs, with the run rate now up to 14 runs per over.
And he's gone after it, but got some bat, got some pad, dot ball at the end.
Wow. Did that hit the keeper or hit his pad?
Not sure. Let's see if we can get a replay here. Here it is. Again, well-flighted delivery. Hit his paddle. At the end of 15, just 30 deliveries remaining. 80 for 6. 76 more needed.
My son, he's so soft-spoken. Gets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
So Richards back in the attack, going to Sherwat rather, and Sherwat goes after it. It's a T20 slug. Just the one.
Yeah, just a gung-ho there from Sherwat, wanting that the bowler to make the mistake and, you know, carry the ball in his arc, either too full or, you know, too, or a full toss the Patel can do now.
Pulls this one, but there's a backward square, and Sherwat is out of his crease. Oh, he would have been run out for sure, but they get an overthrow.
Yeah. Okay.
So Sherwat came halfway down the wicket, but the ball was played straight to point. There was no chance of a run, and almost got caught stranded. In the end, got the overthrow.
He wants a strike, almost like that. But we have a good bowler here in Richards who knows how to change pace and know how to change the angles of his deliveries. So, you know.
And Richards goes right down. Looks like there's a cramp. We've already had an umpire that collapsed in the first game after the fourth over. He's okay. He's out at the hospital. And now, of course, Atlanta Fire playing their second consecutive game. You can see the head shaking in pain. Doesn't look like a cramp. It looks... going for the calves. Yeah, probably is a cramp. Doesn't seem to be getting much relief. So, Richards, if he can't continue, they'll have to bring a bowler in to finish his over. In the meantime, the players are taking a break. You can understand Atlanta Fire's plight. They've had a long day in the sun, beating Fort Lauderdale Lions, but through the closing overs versus Orlando Galaxy.
Yeah, cramps. We as sportsmen know whenever those happen.
That is probably the most painful experience you will ever experience. That's for sure. You go straight to the ground. like a sniper taking you out.
Yes, indeed. But interesting in terms of the way the game is quite heavily Atlanta's record. Their second win on and their win of the champ. This would make them their fifth game. There would be 4 wins and 1 loss. They had an outstanding start to their season. Atlanta Lightning. Orlando, who has had a miserable start to theirs, not the type of game that they would want to see play out, whereby they end in defeat. It would take their record down to 2 wins and 4 losses and 1 no result, so that they would have played 7, which is a fix.
So Hines, such an accomplished bowler, going to bowl to Sherwat, who is looking forward to hitting this ball in somebody's backyard. And he's gone after it. He almost took out the non-striker. But just a single, and you can see the intention of Sherwatt.
Yeah, to keep his eyes well open. Well hit there by Sewat. Almost took in his helmet off. That is Sagar Patel. But a run for the Orlando team. Not what they ideally want. They want boundaries, though.
Patel the lefty. So the righty-lefty combination means that Hines is going to have to adjust his line. Lower delivery. Well bowled by...
I can see the strategy that is out there with this pair. They have recognized Patel clearly, the USA under 19 in representative. He's not a big hitter, so all he's trying to do is turn over the strike and trying to get Sewa going.
Correct. Absolutely correct. So Richards pulled up after 2 deliveries. Hines has bowled 2 deliveries. 4 singles. 2 deliveries to go. Oh, and he smashed it again, but the protection is there until Sherwatt begins to hit the ball into the gaps. He's going to hit the ball with a lot of power, but straight to the fieldsman. So, last delivery of the 16th, 85 for 6, 17 runs required per over in the last 4 overs to make that score at 155. I think if you ever looked at his score in the scorebook, it looks like a gate. 1 1 1 1 1. So the end of 16 overs, 86 for 6. We'll be back shortly.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Left-handed spinner Adams back on the attack, coming over the wicket to the left-hander. It's a shortish delivery and punch through cover. Just the one. Batters have been positive, trying to hit with power, but straight to the fielders on the boundary. 18 runs and over required. Reach that target. Sherwatt, 5 from 6, facing Adams. He's down the ground. He's got a hold of it. This one's high in the air. And it's well over the boundary rope. 6 runs. Sherwatt. And Orlando Galaxy are going to need about 5 more. Oh. 2 sixes in succession for Sherwatt. 1 over long on, 1 over mid-wicket. And he's going after the young left-arm spinner.
Exactly what the doctor would have required for this Orlando team. Needing runs, needing boundaries, A, to get the score closer to the target of 155. B, if you are Sewat, but Sharma.
Sewat, 17 off of 8. Goes after him again and he stumped him. He gets another wicket. The youngster Sharma put the flight up in the air. Sherwatt came after him. The ball sort of kept a little low. And an easy stumping in the end.
Yes, indeed. I would have preferred if Sherwatt had been more cautious here. Having gotten 2 boundaries, just wait. You know, wait on the right ball. You don't have to charge that. That wasn't flighted that much. That wasn't wide. So he would have given away his hand. Notwithstanding your team is under pressure, still bat rather sensibly.
Well, Sherwatt, with his idealism of love me or leave me, well, he's now leaving us. 2 sixes in a row and then a stumping. He's out for 17 off of 9. In comes into the wicket number 30 for Orlando Galaxy, Sanam Patel.
No, the run
So,
rate.
sorry, I take that back. Sanam Patel is batting. Manav Patel. So all we have to do is say Patel, Jermaine, and we're fine. Sanam Patel, Manav Patel. I think there's 4.
4 Patels in the team.
So you have about 25% chance of just saying Patel and you're okay.
So we have to go first names for viewers.
So, right, so it's Manav, the left arm medium
Manav.
pacer, excellent medium pacer.
Mm-hmm.
He's right-handed batter. He's going to get a chance to face Sharma. Don't think he's much of a slugger, but let's see. And he just dabs it to backward point.
No. He doesn't have the build per se of a slugger. This is Patel. Manav Patel. Which gonna make it difficult for this Orlando team to get back in the game because the run rate now is 18 per over. To score 80 runs per over is difficult if you don't have big hitters.
Of not flighting the delivery. And that is the end of 17 overs. 99 for 7. 57 needed off of the last 3. We'll be right back.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाना।
Fast bowler Kyle Phillip, formerly of Fort Lauderdale Lions, comes in. From the northern end, it's a slower delivery. Outside, it's 1. So now with the right-hander.
The 100 is up.
100 is up. And that took them 17 overs to acquire it.
Needing 56 of 2.5.
Off of a mere 19.76 runs per over.
Yeah.
And the lightning siren has just gone off. So the players have to leave the field for a minimum of 30 minutes. So, right here, Broward County Stadium, we have a lightning break. 100 for 7, 19 runs per over needed from Orlando Galaxy versus this Atlanta Lightning team. And we have a lightning delay.
Which means, if I'm not mistaken, providing there's no more play, the Duckworth and Lewis calculation will be used to determine the winner. And all things being equal, the Lightning are ahead and should come out on top.
The Lightning is not only ahead, it's also here at the ground.
Good pun.
It's also here at the ground, and that's why the fielders are coming off the field. But I think you're right. Atlanta Lightning have done more than enough to put themselves in position to finish this thing off, whether we bowl another ball or not.
Or not.
So, for Ryan Davis, Jermaine Lanneman, we'll be back shortly after the lightning break to resume the closing overs, if needed, between Orlando Galaxy and Atlanta Lightning.
1, 2, 3.
You're watching the Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship, presented by Sunoco. You're watching the Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship, presented by Sunoco.